of law and respect for fundamental human rights. I shall uphold the tenets of democratic policing and ensure that innocent citizens do not suffer infractions from my officers. No effort will be spared in dealing with all criminal elements in the state. A total war is thus declared against violent crime like armed robbery, cultism, kidnapping, etc. My primary assignment is to secure the lives and property of the good people of Rivers State with integrity, politeness, and civility.
Oh, damn, that sounds so beautiful. But let's go on. He also said his administration will not tolerate arrest by proxy and unlawful detention of innocent citizens.
My administration has no room for corrupt officers. HODs, DPOs are to closely monitor their men while monitoring teams will be sent out to apprehend erring officers. Under my watch, no person shall be detained unjustly. Arrest by proxy is unlawful and will not be entertained. No person shall be arrested for someone else's offense. We shall be polite and civil to members of the public, even when enforcing known laws. No more accidental discharge. Defaulters will be charged appropriately, while their DPOs or HODs will be queried. I therefore call on all DPOs and HODs to ensure that Force Order 237 remains a subject of lecture on a weekly basis to their men.
All right. So what the CP has said is this is a contract. Of course, the contract does not have just one person. It's an agreement between parties. He has told us what his side, his party, his institution, his department intends to do. The next part of this conversation involves what you and I, the other side, need to do. The new CP appealed to residents of the state, including state government, to support the fight against crime.
I wish to appreciate the state government for making this possible by providing the wherewithal for maximum security. It is hoped that this magnanimity shall be extended to my administration. Today, intelligence-led policing is in vogue worldwide. We shall therefore deploy technology and also rely on other sources of generating information through intelligence in the discharge of our duties. DPOs have been directed to make adequate use of the recently recruited special constabularies in line with the initiative of the Inspector General Police. Community policing has been widely accepted worldwide. It is a working partnership between the police and other stakeholders to prevent crime, arrest offenders, and find solutions to common problems in the society.
That was CP Friday. If crime fighting was measured by the quality of speeches, then River State is already crime-free. I mean, if we were to give him some rating based on what we just heard, we already feel safe. But that's not what it is. It goes beyond that. Of course, in the coming days, weeks, months, and however long you have to stay in that office right here in River State, we would judge you based on the work. And so we're hoping. We are hoping. But I like that he acknowledges the role of citizens. You know, I will not tolerate armed robbery, kidnapping, sea piracy, cultism. It's almost like he has covered every crime sector and all kinds of social vices. That's, you know, how when you're praying and say, round up the prayer. And say, God, anyone we did not touch, please help us untouch. So all kinds of social vices is every other thing he didn't mention will not be tolerated under his watch. Arrest by proxy, he also said he would ensure that officers discharge duties professionally. The last part is what I love. But of course, I understand that even after speaking all this English and making promises, without your cooperation, I cannot do anything. The police force would literally be helpless. With the best of equipment, the most sophisticated systems, citizen participation and cooperation is needed desperately. So he's like a man who's trying to run for office and is asking people to believe in him. There is a new sheriff in town. And you and I have seen this happen countless times. Maybe not at the police level. If you live in River State, you must have experienced this too many times. This state has had more commissioners than I can number. There's something about Rivers. Something so beautiful that makes a lot of people want to come and be commissioner of police here. But anyways, you and I have been through different transitions at different levels. You've been in a church where the pastor was posted. The GO says, Port Harcourt branch, I need him to go to Sokoto. It happens. I've been in a couple of churches where, you know, we had one pastor leave and transfer and another one come. And when the new one comes, well, there's this, so everybody's just, Pastor, welcome, God bless you. This is your potter. We want to treat him well. But we're hoping that he brings better service, if you may, than the previous pastor. And it's usually difficult if the previous pastor was beloved. So it's not going to be very easy, warming up to this new guy. There's a new sheriff in town. We've seen this happen countless times. River State is like that class in school that everybody complains about, even and especially the school principal. It's usually the highest class, primary 6 or SS3. And you keep hearing the principal say, that class, they are too stubborn in that class. Look at SS1, gentle people, they read their books. SS2, well, they are trying, but SS3, that's how federal government is pointing to River State, piracy, armed robbery, cultism. And because of the notoriety of SS3, nobody wants to handle that class. They'll point to Mr. Emeka and say, he took the class last term. Look at how he's walking. It was a student. He was chasing one student, he tripped and fell. That's how he has been since, because of SS3. Very stubborn children. And they'll point to the next one that took over the class after Mr. Emeka. And say she also, they almost gave her hypertension. So anybody who wants to come and take over SS3 has to be a very strong person. Because your colleagues would advise you, say, are you sure you want to do this? I have a feeling maybe that's what Rivers is like. The new CP might have, heard some things from other people. Say, you dey go Rivers? Easy. Those people, they worry you. Say, don't worry. I've been an officer of the law for, do you know when I joined the force? It's not by Rivers. We know what to do. We know how to handle them. And so while people are advising the CP to be careful, the CP says that he will handle what needs to be handled.
That I am here in the state to tackle crime and criminality headlong, in line with the vision and mission of the Inspector General of Police, in accordance with international best practices, the rule of law, and respect for fundamental human rights. I shall uphold the tenets of democratic policing and ensure that innocent citizens do not suffer infractions from my officers. No effort will be spared in dealing with all criminal elements in the state. A total war is thus declared against violent crime like armed robbery, cultism, kidnapping, etc. My primary assignment is to secure the lives and property of the good people of Rivers State with integrity, politeness, and civility.
All right. So that's CP Friday telling you, I've done this. I've been there, I've done that. You think SS3 has stubborn students? If you know where I'm coming from, this is what we do. It's like a new coach at a club. I heard Chelsea played a good game yesterday, and of course their coach is new. So think of that coach as CP Friday. Gets on the job, first Champions League game, delivers, everybody's happy, say, coachy. So we have no idea what it will be like, but we're hoping it's good. But again, he is asking for your support. He is asking that you help, because that's what happens everywhere. He's asking that we all support the fight against crime. But let me tell you something, CP. As much as you've said very wonderful things, and I know that you have wonderful plans, one of the ways that you can convince people, and it's a very simple thing, one of the ways that you can let people know that you mean business is ensuring that the police officers on our streets, our highways, our roads that collect tithe and offering stop. I kid you not. You can speak all the grammar you want to speak. If tomorrow morning Rivers citizens wake up and nobody complains of 100 naira or 50 naira or something collected for the purpose of things we cannot establish yet because we're still investigating why that tax is collected, then Rivers citizens would be more than willing to cooperate. It will be said, well, when CP Ebuka was in Rivers, I don't remember any driver parting with 50 or 100 naira. But if that does not happen, all of this grammar
that I am here in the state to tackle crime and criminality headlong, in line with the vision and mission.
You'll be here in the States tackling vision and mission, and people will not take you seriously. So we want to help you do a good job. That's why our participation, which you've asked for, is what we will give. I'm going to open the phone lines, and CP, I hope you're listening. River citizens will call and tell you the hot spots where they have seen police officers. And it's not a secret. You know, you don't have to ask anybody to ask anybody. No, everybody knows. They will tell you those places where these things happen, and you swing to action. My second question for the listener is, have you noticed any change? I know that the CP just came, you know. I don't know if it's too soon, but anyways, one day is enough to start doing something. Have you noticed any change since our new CP assumed office? Call me and tell me. 0817-923-0002. 0817-923-0003. 0817-923-0007. The female line, of course, is 0817-923-0009. WhatsApp, as always, 080-903-06-416. Turn off your radio so we enjoy this conversation. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Obona calling from Port Harcourt.
Talk to me, Obona.
Like you said in the course of your introduction, that it's still too early to associate if he's going to work or not. But let's pray and believe that it's not going to go like that. So we are willing to give support, like you said. But there's one place I want to point out.
All right.
You know, Cass, where you have the Lechamadi Polytechnic.
Okay.
The Port Harcourt Polytechnic. Before, almost in front of First Bank. That is like a daily bread for those set of police people.
Okay.
And most times I look at their vehicle, they are coming from the Kala police station, the one the room of this in Kala police station. They are there. And what baffles me most times when they stop vehicles is that they are there, they are not there for the taxis, they are not there for cars. As in on your own, you could look at a vehicle and you see it is not roadworthy. They are not after those ones. What they are after are these flashy ones,
oh,
the
really?
SUVs.
Wow.
And yes, I'm telling you for a fact, you can take a drive maybe later.
That's
So
nice.
let him please tell them, after we keep complaining that there are no enough policemen to police the communities. Why would there be? When you have a handful of them always on the road, looking for who to escort, asking for things that they are not supposed to ask for, and so let him please help us. That place I'm pointing at, that one is particular. Then you have them again before you climb the Luzu flyover. If you are coming from Air Force, you have them there. They mix themselves with the road safety people. I'm not having issues with the road safety. Let
But
them
have you seen them today? Because you know the CP made this speech yesterday, so it's possible he says tomorrow morning I will make sure. Have you seen them today?
I've not seen them today because I've not gone to those routes, but I'm on my way there.
Oh, thank you very much.
I wish I have your personal number. I could call you and let you know. In fact, I'm even on the truck now as I'm driving past this airport road. About two of them on the road.
Okay.
What are they doing?
All right, thank you very much. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. The big Sam.
Good morning.
Yeah, I'm the mayor of Cairo Justice.
Go ahead, Mayor.
I want to corroborate the last caller about the CAS, Captain Lechamadi Polytechnic checking.
Okay.
That's very true. I think the authorities should look into that. And there's another one at Rumola under the flyover. They're always there for taxis and bus drivers. That is no longer new. But generally, I would want to say the police are off the road. There are no checks like that. And to that effect, we can see that even without them checking like that, criminality is possible. Because we've not had any rising case of criminality.
Okay.
So I think the city should intensify efforts, should build on the foundation that the former CP has made. Another part we have to improve upon is the responsibility of his men, and then trying to respond to people very well, to make them see themselves as people that can solve problems, people every Nigeria can comfortably run to and would not stick to them wrongly. Let them have a very good manner of approach. And when people try to claim stuff, yes, they ask stuff to them because they are trained to switch their moves.
All right.
And if that is done, police will be our best friend, as it is said.
Thank you very much, Mayor. Remember, we have posts on different social media platforms. You can make your voice heard on Facebook, Twitter, or of course YouTube. We're also live on Twitter and YouTube. That means you can watch as you listen. I'll take this call and then take a break. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello, sorry, please. I'm the last call. I wanted to add something to what that guy said. You see the one in Rumola? They were there yesterday.
Oh, really?
After the fly, if you're coming from GRA Junction, you take the left like you're coming to Rumukuta. If you pass there, you see them. They always on their car is there. Even yesterday, they were there.
Yesterday
Yesterday, they were there.
Okay, thank you very much. Could it be they did not get the speech? Or maybe, the speech was ongoing while it was happening, and hopefully after that, they said, well, we can't do this anymore. The new sheriff is in town. After the break, we continue this conversation. The question on Facebook is, what crime sectors in River State need the most attention? Now remember, we are cooperating with the police authorities to help fight crime. Don't go anywhere.
Get in tune with the trending stories. Have conversations with the experts. Ask the questions you've always wanted to and get a bite at lunch. The Midday Dialogue gives the opportunity to explore. 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Weekdays on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
COVID-19 pandemic is not a hoax. COVID-19 is not a Nigerian government propaganda. COVID-19 is not a big man killer disease. COVID-19 is here. COVID-19 affects everyone. Protect yourself. Protect your people. Protect our nation. This message is from 92.3 Nigeria Info. COVID-19 pandemic is not a hoax.
That I am here in the state to tackle crime and criminality headlong, in line with the vision and mission of the Inspector General of Police, in accordance with international best practices, the rule of law, and respect for fundamental human rights. I shall uphold the tenets of democratic policing and ensure that innocent citizens do not suffer infractions from my officers. No effort will be spared in dealing with all criminal elements in the state. A total war is thus declared against violent crime like armed robbery, cultism, kidnapping, etc. My primary assignment is to secure the lives and property of the good people of Rivers State with integrity, politeness. My administration has no room for corrupt officers, HODs, DPOs, and to closely monitor their men while monitoring teams will be sent out to apprehend erring officers. Under my watch, no person shall be detained unjustly. Arrest by prosy is unlawful and will not be entertained. No person shall be arrested for someone else's offense. We shall be polite and civil to members of the public, even when enforcing known laws. No more accidental discharge. Defaulters will be charged appropriately, while their DPOs or HODs will be queried. I therefore call on all DPOs and HODs to ensure that Force Order 237 remains a subject of lecture on a weekly basis.
Welcome back. Still the Midday Dialogue 92.3 Nigeria Info. The words and voice of the new Commissioner of Police in Rivers State, Ebuka Friday, a.k.a. the new sheriff in town, declaring war against crime and all forms of criminalities in the state. Well, you've heard him. So crime will not be tolerated. Ebuka Friday does not play. Now, of course, he appealed to residents of the state, that's you and I, to please support the fight against crime. And how do we support? By volunteering information, by playing our part. And so I said earlier, if you know where there is still extortion on the streets of Port Harcourt happening, please report that now. I'm certain that the CP is listening and taking notes, or somebody is, so that he can swing to action. That's our supporting, really. And of course, the question on Facebook is, what crime sectors need the most attention? Now, he mentioned a couple: cultism, sea piracy, but there might be one that, you know, he skipped in that speech. Help bring his memory to that. 08179230002. I'll be taking calls shortly, but I have a couple of messages on Facebook and WhatsApp. Caleb Davids on Facebook says, those crimes that are committed under the flyovers in PH are getting out of hand. Maybe they should demolish some of the Maybe they should demolish some of the flyovers so there will be no hideout for criminals. Caleb, you cannot demolish flyover in River State. No, I'm certain there's another solution to that. No, not in this state. Demolish flyover? No, don't do that, please. Comrade Wisdom Adindu, all crimes in the country is caused by the high rates of unemployment. If the government of the day wants to fight crime, it should start with unemployment. Nigerian schools graduate over 10 million youths every year, and they are on the streets fighting day in, day out. I regret. No, I will not read that last line. You must be a Nigerian, and we're going to fix it. That figure, though, 10 million youths, I need to check that out. Hello? Please turn off your radio.
Yeah, good day. Good day.
Good morning.
Yeah, morning. My name is Tony.
Go ahead, Tony.
Yeah, I want to contribute to the program.
I'm sure that's why you called. Go ahead.
Yeah, if you're coming from town, immediately after the government house,
okay.
By Spa,
All right.
yeah, you will see every day on daily basis, you will see a lot of policemen. They will think that they are there for the spa, but they are there to pursue vehicles, and immediately they see you, maybe your tire, your shock is down. They will use motorcycles, motor, and pursue you till sometimes you see them embarrassing people on the roads, causing causing havoc, causing confusion, causing traffic jam, where they want to know exactly what you have in your boot, whether you have the batch of pure water or not. They don't care to know. And after that, at my one flyover there, under there, they are stationed there every day. Their vehicles are there with my one police inscription on it. So these are the two places where I normally see them on daily basis. They don't have a shift there. Every day they are there.
Okay. Thank you very much. Over to WhatsApp. Nothing has ever happened when a new CP is transferred to any state. The headmaster was once a student. That's the police for you. You see, this is a different CP. This is Friday Ebuka. He's not like every other CP. You know, he's a man about town. He's been there. He's done that. He has experience. So please, allow our sheriff to work. You understand? You cannot start on this note. Hello, Sam. You've hit the nail on the head. What mechanism is he putting in place to make it smooth and safe to report erring officers, identify illegal stop and search points, especially with the use of technology? I noticed that he didn't ring the usual warning that police are not supposed to ask for vehicle papers. It's the job of FRSC. BOB, you know that everything cannot be contained in that speech. Let's allow this man. Thanks for sending that. Morning, Sam. When we pray about what we've done and what we failed to do. At the bottom of Rumola Bridge, there are thugs that seize cars and traffic there, and the police in the area that control traffic and the ones that collect offering from buses turn a blind eye. B. Kelly says on WhatsApp. Good morning.
Hello, Sam.
Good morning. Morning.
Radio on the line.
Go ahead.
Sam, since we're talking about security and insecurity, I want to start by commiserating with the families that lost loved one in Maiduguri yesterday.
All right.
The Maiduguri state capital was attacked, and we seem to be numb to tragedy in this country because there are so many. And I want to take that out of my system. People died, and I want to commiserate with them.
All right.
If we want to go by making speeches among all the CPs in the state, I think this one is the best. As a matter of fact, even as Daniel in his book predicted that we were going to get the Riot Act and the opinion poll sample, and it was 100%. So we're expecting the speech. As you said, it's not all about speech, it's about action. Specifically, I want to mention boys on the streets all around Port Harcourt that harass motorists, impound their vehicles. That should not be taken for granted. Because I noticed in the speech mentioned some expressways, some extortions going on. But in Port Harcourt town, there are some thugs, criminals, that harass private car owners, commercial car owners, and extort money from them. A lot of people have called to complain. So please, Mr. City, please, this is a very serious issue. Motorists are being harassed on daily basis in Port Harcourt and being extorted 20, 30, 40,000 naira every day.
Wow.
With the collaborate with policemen.
Oh, damn.
They go want to take you to the garage or where they impound the vehicles. Policemen are there with them.
Okay. Thank you, JD.
They need those money to government.
Thank you very much.
Now, we should not expect miracles from this police new city because the fundamentals when it comes to security must be addressed in the country.
It will be addressed,
and the
JD.
fundamentals are with the executive arm of the government.
It will. This is CP Friday. He's not, he's a man that understands his job. Godly Emmanuel, Eleme Junction to Oyibo Road has more than 8 checkpoints, and they're all collecting money from motorists. He says that on Facebook. Gilbert Uchenna says the sector of police harassment, beg your pardon, and extortion needs attention. And Shaibu politics, because that's where our politicians engage idle youth to perpetuate evil against opposition. So the question was, what crime sector needs the most attention? And he answered politics. So politics is the crime sector? Emmanuel Kelly, all those thugs in our junction, popularly known as Abaru, loading vehicles and causing traffic congestion, especially Rumokrusi Junction, should be looked into with immediate effect. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Yes, my name is Chego.
All right.
Calling from Mamagua.
Go ahead.
I just go past cars just now. The people are there. ASCAP, that's Rumola Road, which somebody told you about. That they are, according to them, they are checking particulars and what sort of the cars.
Okay.
So aside that, what the police commissioner said is in the state for no mistreatment of civilians and so on. All those was his own story. The same thing will still keep coming back. Because he was one part of it. He can't be a different person. So he should go and rearrange himself again. We know what they are into. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. And there's an interesting comment here on WhatsApp. Thanks to this person for sending a photo. It says, this is 1 out of 3 police women at Akpajo Junction, always on mufti, hanging bags, and giving numbers to tricycle drivers and collecting 100 naira each. They run 3 shifts on daily basis. Even right now, they are there. And he just sent me a picture of the woman that looks like she's doing what he describes. There are 3 police women, always on mufti, running shift daily, morning, afternoon, and evening shifts. Every tricycle pays 100 naira per shift. The routes are from Akpajo to New Odili Road, Akpajo to Elelewo, Oil Mill, and Akpajo to YKC Woji. Please let the police authority help to stop this, Stanley says, and it's happening now. So Stanley, I'm going to forward this photo, of course, to our news team. Thank you for sending that. Please let the CP also extend this monitoring to Echie Road. The policemen along Echie Road, directly opposite the abandoned Delta Rubber Company, and very close to General Hospital, Okomoko Echie. Those officers stationed there are just there to collect 100 naira from every vehicle that passes. It used to be 50. Is it the recession? Has the price gone up? 100. Wow. Things are tight everywhere. Police commissioner, since the inception of River State, no police commissioner rather, since the inception of River State has gotten it right, because they always feel fighting crime is on the civilians alone, while much of the crime to fight is on the police. No crime is worse than forceful extortion that the police engages on daily. Kelvin Iyobu Frank. I hope the new CP knows the full meaning of big talk, because we will remind him very soon, Divine says. And someone is asking if I wrote the speech for the CP. No. Those were his words. They were heartfelt. You know, it came straight from the heart. Because that's a man that has declared war on crime and criminality in River State. So it's not the kind of speech you write. It's something that comes straight from the heart. I believe the CP will work in as much as he's not from... Okay, please, don't bring ethnic craziness into this. Sam led the new CP checkmates E-Crack that is cutting people in Rukboku. That's from Henry. So CP, the phone lines are blinking, all of them. I still have comments everywhere. That tells you that Rivers people are willing to work. They are willing to cooperate. It's up to you now to not disappoint them. They've lost faith in the police because they have experience. There's just so much that can and will happen. But if you do what you've promised, if you play your part correctly, maybe, just maybe, you're the guy who will renew our faith in the police. So CP Friday, you're welcome. We hope that you have a good time. We also promise to work with you. But it's important you play your part. Let your men understand the meaning of professionalism. And I feel like we won't have any problem. Pink took us. Now it's time for her to take us back. What About Us? The song that started the hour. At 11, you and I talk about militants who are looking at Lagos and Abuja. Don't go anywhere.